morning, guys. Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys are doing great, and I hope you guys had a great week so far. It's over, but hopefully you guys had a good week. I had a good week. I have no complaints, so I just decided to come on and wish you guys a good weekend. I can't believe it's Friday again. It just seems like every time I come on, it's already Friday or close to Friday. So that's how fast time goes. So it's important to, take advantage of your time, because it's crazy how fast it goes, But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing great. I've been reflecting on my journey for the past couple days. Literally, I've been reflecting on my past and on my journey so far, and it's been crazy just reflecting back on it, because there was so much stuff that I actually learned during my journey. It's crazy, and I just can't believe how far I came, and it's just been crazy now. And when I reflect on it, I don't know, it just amazes me how far I've come. I can't believe I'm still here. So I was doing that for the past couple days, reflecting. I was going back through my my audios that I've created for my podcast and everything, and I don't know, it's just freaking crazy. Since it's Friday, I could do a flashback Friday again today for you guys. So my flashback Friday today. So as I was reflecting on the past, I know I mentioned this a lot, but it was really it had a big impact on my journey. And so I remember back in 2019, I remember I was up at 3 in the freaking morning watching Martin, right? Because I love that show. I don't know why. It's just so freaking hilarious to me. So I always would watch it, right? And so I remember I was at the house by myself, and I think my partner was overseas. I had the kids, but I was in my room up by myself, And I remember my birds were chirping and stuff, and I was watching his episode. I think he had left home, right? And he went on his own self-discovery journey, because I think he lost his job and he was just stressed and stuff. So he left his home and he went on his own journey, right? Apparently. So he joined this cult or some type of group, and self-discovery group, and he changed his name. So his name was Sunflower or something, and he had Jerry curl, and he just acting brand new, right? And so Gina and everybody's looking for him. They didn't know where the heck he was, so they found him, and they're trying to get him to come back home, and he's like, I'm not coming home. He's like, you all have betrayed me, all of you, and he's like, I'm not coming back. And he was just acting brand new on them, right? And so I was laughing so hard. I always think that episode's freaking hilarious, so I would watch it a lot, right? And so I remember being up at 3 in the morning watching it. I recorded it and everything, and I sent it to my sisters at the time. I sent it to the group chat to them, because I thought it was freaking hilarious. And but not even knowing that I would have to probably be on the same type of self-discovery journey myself within a couple months, right? And so I didn't even know that, right? But I was so attracted to the episode, and it was kind of God's way of kind of showing me, or kind of preparing me for a journey that I would have to embrace soon. And so a few months later, I ended up having to go on my own self-discovery journey and leaving people behind too, going alone, literally going by myself to kind of discover who I was, and not even just because of my circumstances, I had to go on a journey by myself, not even knowing that at that time I didn't even know I would have to do that, so that's why I always mention that episode, and it's freaking hilarious. And it's just kind of like God was kind of like preparing me for my own journey. Now I think about it. So I tend to try to look at things from a higher perspective now, to kind of make it make sense in a better way, instead of feeling like I'm like was being punished, if that makes sense. And so it seemed like God was kind of like preparing me for my own journey, and that's probably why I was so attracted to that episode, now I think about it. And another thing I reflected back on, so that was really like a big impact on my journey. And then like God has very like mysterious ways, right? Because like back in the day I was like really I know like it wasn't good to, like, it's not good to have a victim mindset, right? But back in the day I think I worked out of that a lot, like having a victim mindset a lot. But it was because I felt like I was unheard a lot, even by my partner, and just growing up in general. And so I just felt like nobody understood me. And like, so with that being said, I was like, it was hard for me to express myself, or I would keep a lot of feelings and stuff without expressing it, right? But it just was detrimental to my health, you know, in a way, because I would drink and stuff, right, to suppress it and things of that sort. And but the thing is, like, the more that I started working on myself, and on top of that, let me just go back. So on top of that, it was like I knew that something was going on, but I didn't know for sure. And so that kind of left me feeling like I was in the dark on top of everything else, right? And so a lot of times I did have that victim mentality, right? Like thinking nothing was going to work out for me, or like it's always me, and not really, because I didn't know the truth, and I didn't really know what was really going on behind my back, right? But I felt it, but I just didn't know, right? So as I worked on myself though, around that time, like more truth started coming out to me. But like God works in mysterious ways, right? Because like the truth, like that was like my main issue of like me with my confidence and everything, because I knew something was going on, but I didn't know exactly what. I couldn't put my finger on it, right? And so I work out a victim mindset a lot. But like God works in mysterious ways, because the more I worked on myself, the more truths were coming to me from like unexpected ways. And one way that it came to me was like around that time, or a little bit before that time, my sisters, they would watch tarot a lot, right? And I was the type, I was just like, I ain't watching that. I was like, I don't want to know my future, and if I'll just let everything unfold the way it's supposed to unfold. That's how I used to think, right? And so I would run from it, like literally. And my sister, one of my sisters, she's like, it might be really good for you, Danica. Like they kept trying to get me to watch it, and I was like, no. And then I just gave in one day, and my sister was like, it will help you. It could probably help you understand what's going on in your life. And I think after that, I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to one thing, and then one thing led to another. But like over the time, more truth started coming out to me regarding my actual life. Like I didn't really have to pay for the readings or anything like that. It's just like they would pick up on my energy over time. And so at first it was like fun and dandy, laughy. We just laugh. Oh, did you watch your sign? You know. And then like closer to the time in October, when I was watching the Martin and stuff, right? Around that time, there was another reader that would pop up all the time, like a lot. She helped me a lot. And she was the one that actually, like, she would pop up, right? And I know I think I told you guys, maybe not on here, on my podcast, I mentioned how around that time, my ex, he introduced me to the Rishas, right? And so kind of for extra protection, because of a picture that I received from one of my aunts, and it was a black picture. And you know, he's from Africa, so like he knows a lot about dark magic and all that stuff, right? And so when he seen the picture, he was like, I don't like that. That just seems weird. Why would she send you a black picture like that, right? And so he's like, okay, so I believe in God, of course, so I know I have his protection. But he was telling me like about the Orishas, and he's like, so there's one Orisha, his name's Elegua, and he, part of him is red and part of him is black. The red part is more positive. The dark side is like a darker side of him. So you could choose to be on the red or the dark. So dark would be like dipping and dabbling into witchcraft, dark magic, to do dark things upon other people for your own selfish gains. The positive, the red side would be like the more truthful, virtuous side. You stand on truth. You're virtuous. You do things right, and that's how Elegua was. Because with his story, you know, his myth and stuff, he was a very truthful child, and he would tell the truth a lot. And there was something that happened to his father and all this crazy stuff, but he walked in his truth a lot with his story, right, from what I researched on him. And he's a door opener as well, so he could close doors that needs to be closed and open doors that need to be open. And like he's like the gatekeeper, right? And so around that time, like, I would listen to like his tunes sometime, just kind of like because it would make me feel better. Like, I used to feel like I would have swords in my whole body all the time, you know, all this crazy stuff. Like, I just feel achy all the time. And so when I started listening to his tunes, like, afterwards I would feel really good. Like, I would not feel the pain anymore in my body, and I would just feel lighter, right? And so I just felt more confident too, and like, I just felt better. And so I would listen to that a lot, right, around that time. And so, but I was truthful, I was positive, I wasn't using it for dark or anything like that. It was just a tune, right? And so I would dance and stuff. But like, around that time though, as I was speaking how God works in mysterious ways, so like the truth was like the main issue with me, because I knew stuff was going on behind my back, but I couldn't put my finger on it, right? But I knew I was getting treated differently, but I didn't know why. And a lot of things were hidden from me. So like, around that time, there's this tarot reader that popped up on my page on my YouTube, and she just kept coming up, right? And she was different, like she went from the readers I will usually watch. So she was like more, I resonated more with her. Like, I felt more connected to her because she was like around my age, it seemed like, and I just liked how she read, and she's really on point. And so she would pop up along with the other readers, but she would pop up more, and she would do like 5 readings a day, and she'd be like, you need to get out of there, they're trying to mess you up. Or she'd be like, so she would keep doing multiple videos, right? And it started resonating with me over time. I was just like, I wonder if she's talking about my situation, because it just sounded like what I was going through, right? And so I would listen to her a lot. And like, over time, she'd do like maybe 1 or 2 videos, and it was only for Virgo at that time. She would only do Virgo videos, and I was considered a Virgo at that time, so I was really attracted to her videos because I was a Virgo. And so I was just like, oh, she does really good videos. So I would like watch her all the time, and like, she started doing like 5 videos a day, and I was just like, oh my God. And so like, I became really close to her. Like, I would only really listen to her videos. And I remember her starting saying certain things like, you know, you need to pay attention. You're not paying attention. Because a lot of times I wasn't watching the videos, like, because I would work. But when I had breaks and stuff, I would watch, or after work, I would watch them, right? And I would get updated. And I was living with my partner at the time, and she would just be like, somebody's really trying to F you up. Like, you really need to get out of there. They're trying to harm you. You don't even know what's going on. Like, that's why, like, all this bad juju is happening around you. You don't even know. And I was just, at the time, I was like, oh, I was like, I wonder if she's talking about what's his face, because he was like rude a lot, you know. At that time we were fighting a lot, like later, right? And then I don't know, just more truth started coming out, and she started helping me in a way. Like, if she realized it or not, I don't know, but she helped me a lot. And that's when the truth started coming out to me, though. But then that's why I said, like, God revealed the truth in a mysterious way to me. But by me working on myself and stuff, it was revealed to me through her, like, in a way. And it just opened my eyes to what was really going on, but it actually helped me be more confident, because that was what was hindering my confidence, was not knowing the truth, right? So when she started giving me the information, I started feeling more confident within myself. And then just because I knew the truth, in which it was hurtful, very painful, but it helped me, and so I accepted it. But it helped me move and get out of there, because he was doing me dirty, like really dirty. A lot of people were, and that I didn't know, like people that were even around me, like my family and everything. And so I was like, okay. And that's when the truth started coming out to me, and I eventually ended up leaving. Like, he admitted to it too. And I moved. We broke up and stuff. And I moved. That's when I left. And that's when my journey actually started, was when I left, but not even knowing, like, it's just crazy. Another thing that was crazy with that I failed to mention was, that's why I was mentioning Alegua, is because his numbers come in, like, whenever, like, his number, like, with him, he's associated with the number 3, right? And so whenever things are associated with him, it'll be like in multiple of 3s. So his number is like 333 or 3, And so around that time, I was listening to his tunes, to kind of help give me extra protection from the dark magic and stuff. That's when truth started coming out to me, though. And she would pop up on my page, right, on my YouTube randomly. I didn't even know who she was. And I was attracted to her readings because she had the 333 in her name on her channel. And so I was like, that's weird, because I would see 333 a lot, and around that time, and I always associated it with Alegua, because, like, his numbers are 3s, 333. And so when she popped up, it was like 333, and I was like, okay, this is a sign. And so when I started watching her, like, more truth started coming out, and I was like, okay, this is exactly what I need, And so, like, she just helped me a lot. And, like, I remember I left, and that's when my journey began, and it's been crazy. But, like, I'm so much more confident than I was back then, and I've overcame so many obstacles to where the past doesn't even hurt me anymore, because I've actually overcame it, and it doesn't actually do anything for me, to be honest. So I don't really need anything regarding it. And it's just crazy how she even had those numbers in her her YouTube name, And so I was just like, that's so crazy. And so, like, that's when I actually left, because she actually told me the truth. If I would have stayed longer, I would have probably been messed up, or really bad, because I think, like, a lot of stuff happened to him after we broke up and stuff, like detrimental things, and that could have affected my health and affected me. And so I was actually proud of myself for leaving and stuff, because I probably wouldn't have made it as far as I have if I would have stayed. Definitely would not have. You can't really make it far when you have people around you that don't want you do good. Like, so God works in mysterious ways, and I was just like 333, and I was just like, oh, okay. And so, but more that I listened to her, the more that she was helping me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she's telling the truth. I need to get out of here. And it saved my life, literally. It literally saved my life. And so by me learning more truths, though, I learned to work more as, like, in a mindset of a victor mindset versus a victim mindset, and, like, understanding my journey from a higher perspective, like understanding that everything happens for a reason, and that I'm not a victim of my past, because I made it through the darkness, and you know, I'm still alive, so I'm not a victim. It was hard, you know, but at the same time, it was a learning lesson, a huge learning lesson. And I don't know, as my confidence grew and stuff, you know, I was able to, and as more as I evolved and matured spiritually, mentally, and physically, I understood like everything happens for a reason, and that I have to go through it, the experience. And from what I got from it, it was kind of like maybe my experience was like the experience that I actually had to go through, was kind of like from my higher perspective on the whole situation. I feel like God made me go through a lot of things like that because of the fact that so I can help other people that need help, that actually are going through that now, or are having issues with healing from it, you know. Because like, if you think about it, like the best people that will actually be able to help people that act to grow and get over like certain hurts and pains are the people that actually endured it themselves, right? And so I think I went through a lot of tough situations because I believe I'm here to help other people heal themselves that actually went through similar situations. But with my story and stuff, you know, I can help other people. And so the best way, I think the most effective way to help others is actually going through the experience yourself, because you're able to kind of like resonate with them, you know, and empathize with them more and understand where they're coming from better because you actually went through it. And so that's what I get from the situation. And on top of that, I needed to grow, especially from where I used to be, you know, back in the day. I was like a child in my mindset, you know. I was still mature, but I was still learning and growing, as we all are, because nobody's perfect. I'm still not perfect. I just overcame a lot, but I'm just really smart now regarding people and how people move and stuff, you know. So I'm just more cautious with people now than I used to be. So I think I just matured on that level, but at the same time, like, I'm not selfish still, regardless of what I actually have to go through. But no. But I remember that, and Martin, he was impact on my journey because I would watch his show a lot, all the time. And she was definitely, because she actually told me the truth and guided me up out of there on time. Because if I would have stayed a little longer, who knows what would have happened to me. Like, for real, I probably wouldn't even be here today, to be honest with you guys. Either I wouldn't be here today, or I wouldn't be doing videos, or my path would probably be different, or I could have got sick or hurt, you know, by just staying with him longer. Anything could have happened. So I was thankful for her and Martin and everybody that was like helpful in my journey. And it's sad because like now, like there's a lot of people that I thought were rooting for me, that were for me and stuff, but like I understand a lot of people, they might act like they were rooting for me and stuff, but they had their own motives and stuff. So it kind of like during my journey, it kind of like helped me understand people more, you know. And I don't know, it just helped me understand how people move, you know. And so I'm like smarter on people who I interact with now. So it's been a learning lesson, but it's working, and it's helped me evolve, and I think I'm a better person now, and I can help other people now. And so I have no complaints, even though it's been hard. I mean, at least I experienced it. At least I'm smarter now, and I will not, I'll know what to avoid in the future. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. I've come far though. Like, I can't believe how far I made it, and I love the people that actually helped me, because without them and their assistance, and even the other people too that I may have not mentioned, that the other readers that actually helped guide me on my path, they actually helped me a lot too. So I give them gratitude too. I know I do mention, like, there are some of them though that were doing dark things too, but I understand not all of them were, especially. So I'm not speaking on everybody. I'm speaking on just, when I speak on that, I speak on the individuals that are actually doing that, you know. But I know a lot of them weren't, but there are some that were, you know. So I'm not saying they're all bad, but I know that some did not have good intentions. But so those are the individuals that I was actually speaking on the other day, or within my I think I was speaking on it in my podcast. But I didn't want to offend anyone, but like, because there's some good readers out there, but like, I'm just saying the ones that were doing the dark things. Not everybody's dark, right? So yeah, so I appreciate the other readers as well that actually helped assist me tremendously on my journey, you know. So I wanted to show my appreciation to them too, because without them, I wouldn't have, like, I wouldn't really be where I'm at right now. No guidance, you know, or like assistance, you know. And so I appreciate them a lot too. But I love her so much because she was like the first one that like, I would like wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, did she do another video? Because she would help me so much. And like, through even when I would move and stuff and go different places, like when I had to go to my grandparents' house, when I had to go stay with my grandpa, I remember her doing videos there, you know, just helping me with the people that were like being deceitful to me at that time. And so she helped me a lot through my journey. And it's just crazy when I reflect back on it, and I'm just like, that's so crazy how far I've came, you know. And I always go back, and I will never forget the people that actually helped me on my journey, you know, regardless of how successful I became. I always said that in the beginning. I will always pray to God and say, like, no matter how successful I become, please let me just continue to be my authentic self. And I always promise myself that I will always bless the people that actually helped bless me on my journey, you know, that actually helped. Then I will go back and bless them once I was blessed, you know. So that's why I always show my appreciation to everybody that helped me on my journey and helped me get this far and make it, you know. And because of them, I'm still alive. So I love them all. But anyway, that's my Flashback Friday for today. And yeah, I love you guys, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.